Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a pretty fascinating question. Can mathematics actually shed some light on one of history's most debated claims? We're going to break down the prophecies, the probabilities, and the really powerful arguments on all sides, looking straight at the source material.
Okay, let's just jump right in with a number. A huge number. What if the odds of one person, just by random chance, fulfilling 8 specific ancient prophecies were 1 in 100 quadrillion? That's a 1 with 17 zeros after it. Is that even a real calculation? And if it is, what in the world does it mean?
So, this exact claim comes from the work of a guy named Peter Stoner. He was a science professor back in the mid-20th century. In his book, Science Speaks, he and his students basically took on this project to calculate the probability of these prophecies all coming true in one person, just by coincidence. Stoner's analysis began with a list of 8 really specific Old Testament prophecies. The first one was all about origins, the prediction that the Messiah would be born in the tiny town of Bethlehem. From there, the prophecies start to map out a life story, starting with a forerunner, some kind of messenger who would show up first and prepare the way for his arrival. Then there's this very specific detail about how he'd present himself as a king. Not on some big war horse, but by entering Jerusalem humbly on a donkey. The predictions also dig into some deep personal tragedy, foretelling a betrayal, and not just by some enemy, but by a close friend, someone he shared meals with. And the level of detail gets even more wild. The price for that betrayal was pinpointed at exactly 30 pieces of silver. Not some money, but a specific amount. The prophecy even follows the money, detailing that it would be thrown down in the temple and eventually used to buy a potter's field. Super specific stuff. Then the focus shifts to his character, especially under extreme pressure. It predicted he would stay completely silent in front of his accusers, like a lamb being led to the slaughter. And finally, this really startling description of his death, that his hands and feet would be pierced. You have to remember this was written centuries before crucifixion was even invented as a common method of execution.